How are you? Hi, friends. How are you? Okay, so it's been a hot minute since I have done a live, but I'm really excited. I am waiting for a friend to come on. I know a lot of you recently are newer, and I am excited to welcome you to my Coffee and Conversations, where I have talked to different women in business, and I am accepting to come on and share their expertise, share what they are good at. Hey, girl, how are you?
Hey, good.
How are you holding up?
Good.
Good.
I always work from home, so my life hasn't changed too much.
Same here. Same here. Now it's just coordinating nap time to do lives.
Oh yeah.
We're
We just passed the baby. That's kind of what we've been doing. So,
at it.
yes.
So fun. Well, I was just introducing Coffee and Conversation. It has been a while since I have done these, and I'm excited to bring them back. And you are my first Coffee and Conversation again. So
Oh, yay.
I have my coffee,
Yeah.
and
I got water.
hey, water, coffee, tea, all the same,
Yeah.
really. But
Mhm.
uh, so yeah, my whole purpose in wanting to do this was to create community, to bring other women in, and just share their expertise and how you can help other business women. That is what I'm all about: increasing impact, influence, and income. So, um, welcome.
No, thanks for having me. I'm
Yeah,
excited.
thank you. Do you want to kind of introduce yourself, what you do, and why
Yeah,
you're
sure.
here?
Yeah, absolutely. So, my name is Courtney, and I am a business attorney. I work a lot with online businesses. So, what that means is I kind of help them plan things, make sure they're legit. I do their trademarks, their business registration. I give a lot of checklists. So, I just kind of,
Yeah. Oh no, it froze. Oh no. Go back and request. I think something happened with the Wi-Fi, or I don't know, something. Um, I'll see. Oh, she's requesting. We will get this right. Everybody's on the internet these days. So it's like internet companies are doing awesome at the moment.
okay, is that better? What
Yes.
happened?
I
Kicked me
don't know. It
out.
just said that it lost. But
Yeah.
it's because everybody's on the internet right now. And, internet companies are doing awesome right now. So
Yeah, absolutely.
okay, so you make sure all the T's are crossed and I's are dotted with small businesses, more online or
Yes, I do have a few local clients, but online business has been probably the bulk of my work.
awesome, awesome. So, well, that's exciting because I know, especially right now, a lot of people are kind of in that pivot moment. I have a mastermind, and I was talking to a lot of the girls on there, and they're all like, "Okay, just because of the way things are now, I'm in the middle of that pivot." So you might get
Yes.
some more traffic for online.
Yeah. There's different things to consider when you go online legally than necessarily brick and mortar. So I'm seeing a lot of people think they can just emulate the same thing online. And unfortunately, it's not always that easy. So
Yeah.
just, it's different.
Okay. Well, I tell us a little bit. Like, tell us. I'm kind of going off script a little bit here.
Oh,
Uh,
that's fine.
just going with it. But tell us. I want you to kind of speak into that a little bit more because there are a lot of people who are either switching or are. And I'm not a lawyer. I am a creative, and so I'm like, idea, let's go.
Yeah.
But I would love to kind of hear your take on that.
Yeah, absolutely. So a lot of things in the online world, it is all about our presence on social media, building an email list, email marketing, website, things like that. So as opposed to a storefront where you could walk by and maybe they just have a landing page. So when you're in the online world, one, you're a lot more susceptible to being copied. So that's the hard part. People get their profiles copied on Instagram and Facebook, and they think there's nothing they can do. Actually, if you register and trademark your business up front, you can protect it from being copied. And when it is copied, you have recourse to get those people back so they don't steal your clients. I hate that, but it does happen, unfortunately. So, those are things that if you have a storefront, you don't necessarily have to worry about as much. And also, when you're email marketing, there are laws that you have to abide by. And a lot of people don't know that either. So they can get hit with some pretty heavy fines if they're not careful. So there's just, little steps like that. And, you don't know what you don't know, right? So you think it's as easy as just going online, and you might be lucky. You might not have any problems, but you really should make sure you're in compliance.
So let me ask you, how did you even get into this? Like, why did you get into this? Because that's not typically a thing like, hey, I'm going to go after trademarking. So tell me a little bit of your backstory and how you got to where you are.
Yeah, absolutely. So I come from small business owners. My parents are business owners, very small. And I'm the first one to go to college, let alone be a lawyer in my family. I'm the only one. So my heart has always been for the business community. It's just kind of in protecting them. So I worked in corporate law. I did some things there, and I realized these big giants have so much power. And a lot of it is because they can protect their image. And small businesses should be able to protect their image as well. So it was just really important to me to make sure they have the same rights, small businesses, as the big guy. And they do. They just don't know it. So that's kind of what led me into this space.
I love that. And you're right. Like, a lot of people don't know, as far as in creative. I mean, when you think about online businesses, a lot of them are creatives, and not everybody, but just knowing those little things that will protect you and not being copied. Because going back to what you were saying before, is that is so it's easy to copy people these days. I mean,
Yes.
So I love that you have such a heart for, for small businesses, but bringing your upbringing with that. Both my parents are entrepreneurs as well, and so I kind of grew up in that whole lifestyle, so to speak. I love it. Okay. So with all of this, how long have you been in business? How long have you been doing this?
I've owned my own practice since last fall, so since about October, but I've been an attorney for a couple of years.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I was going to say, law school is not overnight.
No.
You've been in this for a while. So with all of this and working with small businesses and seeing bigger companies and everything that you've learned, like, what are some of those big lessons that you have learned that you can share with us small business owners, especially in the time that we are in right now? Because it's a whole new normal at the moment.
It is. It's wild. The biggest thing that I tell everyone, and this is kind of a legalese, but ring fence your liabilities. And that sounds like a mouthful, but I'll break it down. What that means that if you have any liabilities out there, you need to put them in a business entity. So for instance, say that you got an online Etsy shop, it makes a couple $100, it's no big deal. You get in a car accident. It's your fault. A judgment happens and it goes against your personal assets. That sounds kind of crazy, but this happens. Trust me.
Yeah.
All you got is this little Etsy shop. Maybe you stay home with your kids. It's not a big deal. Well, now they can come after that Etsy shop because you didn't protect it as a business. So you got to treat your businesses like they're real businesses. Just because it's a little bit of money doesn't mean that it's not important and that it couldn't be something more later. So you really need to make sure you're treating those little hobbies that if you're starting to make some money off them and you want it to be something, treat it like a real business. And that's what the big guys do. That's what these big corporations, that's how they're able to protect so many things and keep moving and growing.
So what would be your first step, so to speak, in even doing that? So, okay, I have a small business. I want to do everything that you're saying. So what would that process look like?
So the first step I always say is make sure the name you want is available. That sounds so silly. But you think like, oh, I have this great, yeah, it's like, oh, I have this great idea. And I'm not a creative type at all. Like I will be the first to tell you, I struggle with Canva, social media. I just
Hey, girl,
like, I cannot put colors together.
I got you with that.
It is not my jam. And my sister is like this cool hippie who like wears all these crazy colors. We're so opposite. I don't know what happened, but I like just can't put it together. But what happens is a lot, especially when I work with creatives, is they get so excited and they have
Oh no, it dropped again. Okay, I'm gonna wait for her to come back on again and come live. Oh, here we go. I think she's coming. She's coming on. It's waiting to connect. Y'all, can you feel the struggle?
oh my God. delay.
So, we will get through this.
I know. Good grief.
Okay, so you're talking about finding your, you have an idea, you go find your name,
right,
or the name of that you want. Okay, and then what?
Then get it clear, what I call cleared first. So that means go to a trademark attorney like myself, make sure no one else is using it, and then register it. And then register your business. So I always say do that first because I've had clients, clever name, make their business, and then another business in a different state has registered that name already. And they didn't know. So then they get, you know, a letter, a cease and desist letter, and they got to redo all their marketing and redo all their branding, and it's just a pain. So I always say first step is just get the name cleared, checked, then register the business. And then we work through all the processes from there. But it's just so important to make sure you protect that name up front.
That makes total sense. Like, it just makes total sense. I mean, it seems little and it seems common, and I had to go through all of this as well. But I know some who are watching have not. But yeah, you would be surprised how creative you have to get on some names because a lot are taken.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so you mentioned earlier in the call that you work from home. Do you have littles too?
Yes, I have a baby. She's 2 months old.
Congratulations,
So,
Brandon.
thank you.
Is she?
Yes.
Her? Him?
Her.
Girl? Her? Aww.
Girl, Lily.
I don't know what to do with girls. I have a 5-year-old boy and a 2-year-old boy. So,
Boy mom.
Yeah. I'm a boy mom. We play in the mud. It was raining, and I'm like, I need you to go play. So here's a rain jacket and rain boots and go. That is what I do. So with that, especially being a new mama, how are you balancing everything? How are you, again, we are in a very different season, I think, right now. But I would love for you to speak into before the world went crazy, and then now, just because I think we're gonna get through this. It's just a season right now, but I believe that we are going to find a new normal, and we are going to get past all of the unease and the craziness of it right now. So I'd love to hear from you, like what does that look like for you? How do you balance it? How do you keep your business afloat and stay present with being a mama in a way?
Yes. Yeah, it's a balance act for sure. Before the COVID-19 crisis, so I started my own practice from home. It was going out and meeting with clients at their place of business. So that worked pretty well. They loved it too, because then I could see the ins and outs of what they did. But I was getting an incredibly vulnerable moment, lonely, because I'm like, I work by myself. I talk to a baby all day, and my clients, I'm serving them, but I don't have colleagues, So that was definitely a struggle. So I started to figure that out. Different groups online, different women lawyer things like that. So what worked for me is, and I still do, is time blocking. And it's been wonderful. So
what do you use to do that?
I use Calendly to book my clients. So I know I reserve
about that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love it. So I use certain spots for podcast interviews that I'm on, or this, and I do some go lives for different groups on Facebook. legal things. So I have time blocks there. And then I have time blocks when I do my actual work, like billable hour legal things. So that's been great. As far as balancing the baby, it's kind of like if she's awake, she's awake. So she's sitting in my lap or she's in the swing. I mean, we're just making it work. So there's been no routine yet, except she sleeps through the night and that's it. And that's all I've asked for so far. So
hey, that's a win. At 2 months sleeping through it, that's a win, girl.
uh,
I was joking with my husband the other day because, like I said, I have my 2 kids. And I'm like, I have so much stuff that I need to get done, but it's, Mom, I need a snack. I need this. I need you to come over here. And it's like constant crazy. And I'm like, I'm just going to work night shift from now on. When everybody is asleep, like, that is what I'm going to work.
gonna make it work.
It has worked. So that's good. Well, that's exciting. I'm excited. And that's some really good information that you shared as well. Okay, so I know that we had talked. Well, do you have anything else that you want to share?
No. Ask me anything. It's kind of off the cusp, whatever.
Okay. I know we had talked about doing a giveaway, which I'm really excited about. I am going to be giving away a brand strategy call. So we are going to pick a winner. It's posted in your Instagram, correct?
Correct.
You posted in yours, and then I also posted in mine. So the instructions are in there. Just like the post, follow each of us, and then tag 2 friends. And I will tomorrow use number generator, and that way it's fair across the board to pick a winner. And so and we'll contact you. But I'm really excited about having a personal brand strategy with the winner. And then what are you're giving away? Talk about what you're giving away.
Yeah, a legal strategy call. So I typically charge $250 for these. I'm going to take $150 off. And what that is we will talk about your business, everything. I mean, like nothing's off the table. Your dreams, your hopes, what you're doing now, do you want to hire? And I give you your legal framework you need to make sure you're legit, don't get sued, and you can build your business correctly.
That's awesome. And that's huge too. Like, especially just, I keep going back, especially now, and just all the different things.
Yes.
Cross your T's, dot your I's.
Yes. The world is getting, unfortunately, as scary as this is, people are still very litigious and people are looking for things to be upset about. I'm finding right now, like things to sue over. It's so silly, but just be careful. If you're out there, do your business. Don't be scared. I mean, you can do it. Just make sure you do it right.
Well, and I think we're probably going to be talking too. So how can people find you? Like, give us all the information.
Yeah, so I'm on Instagram now. Like I said, not the creative, so I just built this, so give me some grace. So it's at the Lady Boss Lawyer. My link is there as well, so you go to my website. You guys can. I'm sorry?
I love that, by the way. Like,
yeah.
I was all like, that's so cute.
I was like trying to play, again, creative names, so I was very happy I got one. So yeah, and everything's there, and you guys can DM me, book a consult, anything you need.
Awesome. And website?
Yes, it's cenglishslaw.com.
Okay, perfect. And they can find that through your Instagram and all of that, correct?
Yes, correct. It's all there.
Awesome. Well, I am so excited. Thank you for coming on with me. I know it was kind of quick and a lot of information, but obviously this is a live, so it'll stay on for 24 hours. So you can rewatch it, and I will probably save it as well and put it in my IGTV if you're good with that.
Okay. Yeah, like I don't know what any of that means, so sure.
Girl, I got you. I will help you. I'll have a brand strategy session with you and all of that stuff. I got you covered.
Okay.
So, well, thank you so much for coming on. I had so much fun with you, and just really getting to know more deep dive into just making your business legit, honestly.
Yeah, so, and I have a checklist on my website too. So if you're starting out, check that out. It's on there.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. And that's a free downloadable?
Yes, it is.
Okay, perfect. I think you froze for a minute. Awesome. Well, I'm excited, girl. Thank you for joining. And I look forward to picking a winner. Go to our Instagram. You can see how to enter, how to do all of that, because we can't wait to just shower you with gifts. So,
Yes.
all right, girl. Well, I will talk to you soon.
Sounds great. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for joining
Bye.
in.
Thanks for joining.
Bye.